Alright, well, today I'm going to, I guess this will be the start of part 3, but basically I'm going to continue, hopefully. I don't know, it looks like the weather's going to get kind of crazy. If it starts getting too windy or whatever, I'll probably just kill it. But anyways, I'm going to take out the old power wire that I have going to the battery, and I got to redo that stuff. The speaker's supposed to be in today, but I figured I'll get started with the wiring and just see how far we can get. But let's go. Alright, so we're going to start off by changing this out. This is, I put a 40 amp breaker in there. I think I have 100 or 150. I'll probably maybe just change that to 100 or whatever. But I'm going to change that out. I'm going to disconnect this smaller ground that goes to the amp that I have in there right now. I'm going to remove this 8 gauge wire that goes to the breaker, and I need to change that to a 4 gauge. And then we need to take the 8 gauge out that goes to the amp inside the truck, and we need to replace that with a 4 gauge. So let's get started. Alright, so I got this negative out. That was right there. And then I had to pull this apart. Oops, I better be careful, I'm gonna lose that. Pull this apart, took the power wire out. I got this, I already got the 100 amp in there. I already took the wire down that I had before. You can see what I'm doing. So this power wire is the one that used to go all the way to the front underneath the truck. So I just pulled it back out through the little hole I had right there. Turn this on. You can see it right there. So I just pulled it out, and I'm just gonna run it back here, and then so I'm gonna connect that ground probably to one of these grounds, that right here, these factory grounds, and then that power wire is gonna connect to a distribution block, and I'm gonna run the 4 gauge back here. So let me get to doing that. All right, well, I got that. Matter of fact, let's take a look down here. You can see I really need to clean this frame, but I got that new power wire ran in, and you can see right here I got that in. I reran this one back here. I got the ground in. Let's see if you can see it right there. So I already got that on there. That was for the old the amp that's in the dash. And then I have the power wire, the 4 gauge ran to here, and the power wire connected here just temporarily. And I think that's all I'm about to do now. I just gotta wait for the sub to get here. It's supposed to be here today, but ain't showed up yet. But so this looks like it's gonna fit pretty good. Should have no problem putting anything back. Now I just got to, oh, I didn't even show up here, huh? I'm not sure, but I got the change this out for the 100 amp. I got the wire connected here and here. It's open right now. I got it all set back over here. This is tightened. Matter of fact, I just need to connect battery back up. So I'll just tighten that up, and well, that's about all I get done for now. But as soon as I get that sub, I'll continue the video. We'll get it installed. We'll see how we're gonna get it installed, and then get all the interior back in, and then hopefully have a listen. It probably will just be one more video. I'm thinking just part 3, but I'll throw all this together. Anyways, signing off for now. Probably get back to it maybe tomorrow. Alright, well, as you can see, I got this package in. This one's a little bit more beat up than the last one I got, but let's get this woofer out, get the final bit of the wiring done, and hopefully get this interior back together and be done with this project. Let's go. Alright, well, I'm not sure if I showed anybody this before, but I did get this a while back, this little kit for these ferrules. And of course you just strip the wire back, and then you just put it on there. This is I think it's the biggest one I got. I think it's 7 or 8 gauge, but so I'm using this one. And then you just crimp it down, and it makes a nice solid connection to connect it, rather than having a bunch of wires just. And what happens a lot of times, what happens when you put the little screw down to tighten it, it'll break the wire and stuff. So this helps with that. So I just thought I'd throw this in there. Alright guys, I believe I'm ready to go. I think I just have to. Alright, well that's good. Let me go ahead and close the hood. Let's come over here and take a look. So I don't have the interior in, but I have the box in, all wired up. I did leave some slack in here just in case I want to change some things, but we'll see. But that's in. I ran the bass knob over there, and I think we're ready. So let me hop in the driver's seat, get it started, and go for a test run. Man, this is really going to be really hard. Anyways, you know what? I just kind of wanted to do a to make sure it's working, and it is. So I don't want to get a copyright, but let's see. So since everything's working, I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of this interior together. Basically just the seats. Got to put the seat belts together, and then the little panels on the side, and that's it. So I just wanted to test it real quick just to make sure it's working, and it is working. So let me get all the interior back in. I need to figure out some maybe some copyright free music or something, and then so we can give it a test. But anyways, let me get to it. Alright, well, I got everything back together. As you can see, I'm already starting to lose daylight, and of course this took a lot longer. As you can see, the box back there, this took longer than I thought. You can also see it back here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and park it, and then maybe tomorrow or something I'm gonna rustle up some music, or get everything, you know, listen to it, get everything going, and then put a little demo at the end. Not that it really matters, but you know, you have to be careful with the music and stuff. But anyways, that's it. It's a whole sound deadener. The I guess I can fold this a little bit forward here just so I can get a little look. But that's it back there. Fits pretty good. Fits right underneath this little piece right here. So let's go ahead and put this back. Anyways, so tomorrow we'll get some music up, and then we'll finish this video. What's up, YouTube? Well, it's been at least a day since I got it all back together. I figured I'll just play a little bit of music. Like I said, I know it's probably not going to make a difference or be a big deal, because this is going through YouTube on a crummy little microphone. But I've actually listened. I drove around for a little while today, and I gotta say, it's actually perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. When I thought I was just gonna be okay with the door speakers, I definitely was wrong, but I didn't want too much. So this little 12-inch woofer, Rockville, I mean, for $200, it's actually perfect. It just fills in the lows where they need to be with not being too loud. I mean, I used to be into big, huge stereos, so I do like, you know, some bass, but I'm older now, so, you know, I don't need to be bumping, hitting 150 dB, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But I do like the music. I really like the way it sounds. Sounds really good now. So I know I'm not to worry about copyright and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of music and then try to chop it up, and hopefully you can get a feel of what it's like. But I'm just gonna play a little bit of music and I'll just give my final thoughts.
This is me. Sound music. We up front. I see you whining and grinding. Oh, me looking at you and you already know, girl. Money until wholesale. Don't tell.
I know the mic's probably clipping, but it actually sounds really good. And then with the sound deadening and everything, I have a couple little rattles on my driver's door, like I think it's on the panel, so I probably will put some of that SILESS in there, you know, to touch everything up. And then maybe one day I'll do the headliner, but for right now, I mean, it sounds really good. The bass sounds really good. I actually cannot complain. Here's some old school. Nice tight bass. It sounds good. These little JBL speakers too, they actually sound pretty good with the bass filled in. So like I said, hopefully I don't get a copyright. I'll have to chop this music up a little bit. You know, I just figured I'd give a little example of some of the music. Hopefully it'll come through. It probably won't, but my final thoughts in a regular cab is a 2012 GMC Sierra regular cab. Sound deadened pretty much the whole floor and the back wall. I have a little bit of sound deadening on the doors. I need to do that a little bit better. Put some sound, or actually I put the SILESS on the panels in the back, like on the side ones and on that back one. And man, it sounds really good. Like I said, no really vibration. It helped a lot with how my muffler's like super loud, so that sound deadening really helped. But as far as that Rockville, man, thing sounds perfect. I mean, honestly, you can't beat it. $200. It comes with the power wire. I use some of my own power wire and stuff because, you know, I already had an amp and stuff going on in here. But I mean, you can get it with the power wire, the ground, the RCAs, all that kind of stuff. It does high level. You know, has a bass knob, which I mounted right down here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but so I mean, you just can't beat it, honestly. If you just want, you know, like a nice little stereo that sounds pretty good and not obnoxiously loud, you know, just, you know, for like a old school guy like me, man, this woofer is perfect. So anyways, that's my final thoughts. Hopefully you know, this will help somebody out, you know, making a decision whether, you know, another thing too is the seat. You know, the box is pretty small, and if you take that back little panel off that's in there, like the factory sound deadening stuff that's super thick, and you put your own, and then the seat, I got it in the passenger side, so the passenger seat goes back almost the whole way. So now it's a concern of mine, so I figured I'd throw that in there. You know, it goes back pretty good. I didn't want the seat looking like it was all forward and stuff. That just looks dumb. But, you know, anyways, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. And like I said, this is part 3 to finish up this little series of basically sound deadening, rewiring some of my previous power wire and stuff, and then installing the Rockville 12-inch sub that I got. So anyways, signing off, YouTube. Have a wonderful night. Peace.